Okay everyone, it is now time to baste the chicken for the second time, but I'm also going to use this chance to actually sear the eye fillet steak. What I'll do, I will open up the bottom vent. That will introduce some oxygen to the bottom. That'll be nice and hot actually. Not as hot as ideal, but I'm going to let that sear while I turn and baste the chicken. Just a bit of olive oil down the steak. Very simple seasoning with a bit of salt. That'll do its thing for a moment. And you'll see I've actually prepared a bit of space for the steak after it has seared. It's a bit unusual to actually be searing on the briquettes, given, of course, they are predicated on slow cooking, but they still pump out plenty of heat. So with that, we should get a really nice sear on the cast iron grill plate. That will also retain quite a significant amount of heat. I think if you want to get technical, around 50% more than the actual regular grill. You can see we've got a nice browning of that chicken, going all the way back to that earlier video in relation to the soy sauce. Going to give it a bit of a top up. I'm actually going to put a little bit of olive oil in there. And what I'm also going to do, normally I would let that sear for a while yet, but actually wanting to get that turned. So there's that nice sear on the eye fillet. I have seen people take to their Weber with the leaf blower to get some air going through the bottom, which is actually quite effective. And you'll see that I've turned the chicken thigh before basting. No point in basting the top, then turning it and having the marinade dropping straight down onto the barbecue. You can see they've got a really nice char. What I'll do, I'll take a photo after this, just before I put the lid back on. Now when I'm cooking the steak or the eye fillet roast, testing the internal temperature is going to be absolutely critical. There's a lot of variables: how long I've had it out of the fridge for, the thickness of it, obviously the dynamic heat of the barbecue. So that's when that thermometer will be absolutely critical. Just going to move that chicken back a little bit. Look, ordinarily I would let that steak sear for a bit longer. I'm not going to get too technical today. I will now prepare just that area over there where I can roast the beef for the rest of the cook. Yeah. Ho hum. While that's searing, I'll get the camera, bring it right in. See those briquettes starting to come up now. That nice golden coloration. If anyone's looking for a part-time job, would love to put on a cameraman or a camera woman. Brilliant. Just going to give that a minute more. La-di-da. If I had my time again, I would have put the a bit further away from the tree. I'm not normally on this side for obvious reasons. That's good enough for me. I'm now going to just put the steak over there to effectively now roast, now that I've theoretically sealed it and searing in the juices.